Hello world, Qapla, it's Birdo Prey 5, and welcome to Deep Space Nine Tuesday. I know, it's not Wednesday, it is Tuesday, but we have to do Deep Space Nine today because we have a special stream planned for tomorrow, the 13th. But today is November 12th, 2019, and we're going to watch Rules of Acquisition, a very Ferengi-centric Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode, the 7th episode of the 2nd season of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And like always, if you want to watch along with me as I watch my copy, you can. However, it takes a couple of extra steps because, YouTube frowns upon watching videos from other services. So you have to go to my Discord, the link for which you can find at birdoprey5.com. You go to birdoprey5.com, you click on the link to my Discord, then on my Discord you join it. It takes a second, assuming you already have a Discord account. You go to the off-topic main channel, and I put in a link just a couple of minutes ago. It says Watch Deep Space Nine with me. You click that link, it will bring you to yet another website where you can watch it live with me, my copy, when I actually start watching the video. Now, my commentary will be a few seconds behind because of the YouTube delay, but the thought is you can leave the YouTube up in the background and you can watch the video on this other web page, and you'll hear my comments as we go. Of course, if you would rather watch your own copy of Rules of Acquisition, the 7th episode of the 2nd season, even better, get your episode queued up because we're going to start in a few minutes. And if none of that is to your liking or available to you, then in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, where that black box just popped up, you can follow along following some screenshots of the episode, and it'll give you some idea what's going on. Thank you, Joseph Patrick, with a €2 super chat. Says, once you have their money, you never give it back. Yes, quoting a rule of acquisition. I do not know which one it is. Probably should be number 1. No sound. Are you guys serious? No sound? Which one it is? You son of a bitch. There's sound. God damn it, Josh Street. If you don't have sound, you've got to raise your speakers. Zen. Quiet. Zen. Yes. I have clarity of mind once again. Apologies for raising my voice to any of you guys. Let's start with the chat. Joseph Patrick was 4 or 5 hours early, and then I was trying to get the Streamlabs chat widget to work, which it still refuses to do. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. There's no easy solutions to fixing that. Cinnabon Bunny with a $5 super chat says, hello, early happy birthday. Enjoy your day.
Captain's log, stardate 7414.1.
Captain Kirk dropping in on us.
Our best estimates place us some 4 hours from Earth.
Thank you, Captain Kirk, and thank you, Cinnabon Bunny, for summoning Captain Kirk. Hello, early happy birthday. Enjoy your day surrounded by what you love most, alpacas and roos. Thank you, Cinnabon Bunny. I actually started off this day surrounded by what I like the least, a full dental cleaning. I haven't had one in 10 years. Jesus Christ. There was so much blood. So much blood pouring out of my mouth this morning. But now, as the dentist said, I have the cleanest teeth on the block. And as I told him, so effing what? What am I going to do with the cleanest teeth on the block? But whatever. Well, right. It's the first dentist I've seen in 10 years because, well, actually, they sent the dentist while I was in the hospital, but I don't remember. They looked and they didn't see anything that needed to be done. Before I got sick, I'd go to the dentist regularly. The one was only like a few blocks away. He's not handicap accessible, but at the time that didn't matter. I was going. It was good. I was happy. He had a modern office. He didn't have to. The X-rays were all digital. He had some fancy drills and stuff. It wasn't freaking me out at all. I felt like I'd really grown up. I'd hated the dentist as a kid, as a 20-something. And a 30-something. I was okay with the dentist. As a 20-something, I was okay with the dentist, and a 30-something, I was just sitting in this bed. And I never had a problem, so I didn't need a dentist until recently. So, yes, these were the first dentists we found that would come to the house. So I was trying to get the Streamlabs working. Joseph was asking what dirty stuff was I typing, because I was afraid YouTube was going to delete my channel for spamming if I typed too many messages into my own chat. So I made sure I deleted, when I typed more than 3 or 4 messages, I deleted the ones before it. It is so crazy that YouTube has me afraid that if I type too many messages into my own chat, that their algorithm's going to say, oh, you're a spammer, and they're going to delete my account or something, which is ridiculous. But we know how YouTube works, and that very well might happen. Joseph Patrick says, no problem. Well, welcome, Joseph. Derek McManus says he needs to go to the shop, folks. He'll call back later. Or come back later, hopefully. Well, thank you, Derek. Thank you for stopping by. Josh Street says, all hail Karo. Damn it. Damn you, Karogans, trying to brainwash people. No, you had it right, Josh Street. All hail Karoga. All hail Karoga, indeed. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Oh, great bird of the internet. And that's where Josh Street tried to get me by saying there was no sound. Joseph Patrick says, the Frank and Freddie wedding stream tomorrow. Nope. Joseph says he got no notification. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Josh, he says, or is it Bird O' Prey 5 and Lori Loaded wedding? Damn it, anti-tracker. John DeMarco says, hi all, welcome John DeMarco. Mike Richards says, John is fibbing again. Josh is fibbing again, absolutely. Joseph says, I won't rise my speakers, but they are heavy. And Cinnabon with his super chat, thank you again, Cinnabon. Richie Poole says, why, hello there, everybody. Welcome, Richie Poole. Darth Revan says, Bird of Prey, I'm speaking. You can't hear me, check your hearing. Richie Poole says, what was that? Were you just yelling at people again? I might have been. Joseph says, I do teeth cleaning twice a year. Yeah, well, I was getting them done twice a year. They weren't so bad after the first one. But, Jesus, 10 years of build-up, so much blood. And it felt like there were pieces of wood or sawdust coming out in my mouth. I mean, in 2 minutes of him, whatever tool he was using on my teeth. First time I spit up, it was just blood and like hard pieces of tartar and food, I guess. It was not fun. Sister O'Prey tried to ask him if he'd let her stream it, but he was very against. He said, you can talk about it all you want, but he didn't want to be on camera, which I get. I mean, some people don't want to be on camera. I certainly would never put someone like that on camera without asking their permission. He was adamant about it, although it would have been interesting. It would have been funny to see them working on me. I was not happy. I was not a happy camper, but it only took like 20, 30 minutes. You can hold out for 20, 30 minutes. You'll get past it, which is what I was telling myself. And next Tuesday, they're going to fill the one cavity I have. Joseph does the cleaning twice a year. Darth Evans' bird of prey, early happy birthday. I hope it's full of joy and happiness, and I hope you go to sleep with a stomach full of cake, and also the same to your mom, and I hope she will be happy on hers and she gets what she wants. Oh, well, thank you so much, Darth Revan. That is amazingly nice of you to say, and I think we were both expecting to see beagle bites in there, and we are pleasantly surprised that you did not. So thank you. Yes, Mamo Prey's birthday is December next month. Uncle Remus is open up and say, ah, yes. He kept telling me, move your tongue to the back. No, the back. No, you're moving it forward. And he's like, no, now it's pushing against the instruments. And I'm thinking, I'm not moving my tongue at all. I have no control over my tongue. I do not have, sorry ladies, I do not have that great control over my tongue that I happen to know where my tongue is at all times. I only know when there's a problem, like when I bite it. If I'm not biting my tongue, I'm not really sure where it is, and you're telling me, move it front, back, left. I have no idea what that means. You might as well just tell me to swallow it, because I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. And he's getting mad at me. No, that's the wrong way. The other left. I'm like, oh my God. Like, guy, I'm not even trying to move it. I thought it was staying still. And he's like, oh, that's good. Leave it there. I'm like, where is there? I said that. Richie Poole says, sounds like Trump's dentist. Bird has the cleanest teeth on the entire block. In fact, these are the cleanest teeth that have ever been, now and forever. Yes. Who is the Matrix's? Hail all. Hail Birdo Prey 5. What's the birthday good? So, well, the birthday's technically tomorrow. But I'm all for celebrating a day early. I'm okay with that. But tomorrow is the big day. And Richie Poole says, happy birthday, Eve Birdo Prey. Thank you. Miss Londell says, Qapla. Yes, I do expect you all to sing happy birthday in Klingon. I know that they took them forever to find a translation. There's no translation for jolly in Klingon that we saw in the TNG episode Parallels. Joseph says, lick the thumb. Lick the like button, and I think it's click the like button, but thank you, Joseph. Darth Revan says, Bird of Prey, get a sign for your door that says, warning, Pornhub streaming in progress. Why would I do that, Darth? Trek95 says, how are you, Bird? I'm doing good, just minor taste of blood in my mouth now, Trek95. Richie Poole says, I just got notification for this stream, a little late, YouTube. Well, better late than never. Trek95 says, yum, beagle bites. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello and Qapla. Hello and Qapla, not Ryan Johnson. Joseph says, okay. Uncle Remus says, you'll be a dentist. You'll have talent for causing pain. Soon to be a dentist. You have a talent for causing things pain. You'll be a dentist. Son of a dentist. Wait. You'll be a dentist. You have a talent for causing pain. Son, be a dentist. You have a talent for causing things pain. You'll be a dentist. Is that the advice your dad gave to you, Uncle Remus? Track95 says, Qapla and up with Karoga. Yes. He said down, but he means up. He's in, I think he might be on a different side of the planet where up is down. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. I just got out my order of Beagle Bites from Sassy's owned restaurant, Bird and Alpaca Beagle Bites. Well, where's my check? Where do I get a check for this? Richie Poole says you might as well tell me to swap. Son of a bitch, I did say that. Not Ryan Johnson says I do not have control over my own tongue. Sorry, ladies. Yes, well. Rock Solid says remember, smash that like button. share via social, set chat to live, turn mic and camera on before going live, donate if you can, limit emoji use, join the subscribe star, and Freddie went, no, Freddie did not go down on Frank. Jesus Christ. Uncle Remus says, say ah, now spit. Trick95 says, Darth Revan, thank you for telling me Bird is on. Got no notification. Oh, Darth Revan, thank you so much for spreading the word of the bird. John Street says, okay, we will sing in Klingork to you, Bird. No, not Klingork, Klingon. Darth Revan says, Bird of Prey, do you think gynecologist and proctologist say, okay, open up and say ah? I doubt it. What is the Matrix? I love that song. Rock Solid says it's from Little Shop of Horrors. Go be a dentist. Oh, it's been a while. Joseph says minor taste of blood. Yes. Trek95 says I should be a proctologist. Uncle Remus says I guess Bird never saw. I did see Little Shop of Horrors, but I haven't seen it in a while, and I don't particularly remember. Remember that I assume it's a song. Rock Solid says, okay, no, nobody went down. Neither Frank nor Freddie went down on either of the other. Uncle Remus says, horrors. Steve Martin played the dentist in the 80s movie. It was pretty good. Rick Moranis was the lead. Yes, I remember the movie. Feed me, Seymour. And what was the woman's name that he named the plant after? Abigail? Abby? Something like that. You guys know the name. Come on, it's something with an A. Adele? Adine? Whatever. I just saw it. I remember seeing the original ending. The original ending of the movie before they had to change it because it did so bad with test audiences. The original ending is crazy. If you've got something in my eye. No, it's not soot. It's just something in my eye. Could be soot. Audrey, thank you. Thank you, Mike Richards. The Audrey, yes. Darth Revan's Bird of Prey, for your birthday, get a voucher for a double meal at Beagle Bites now with ear warmers and Beagle Bites with 100% mystery meat warning. Might be a bit rough and sassy. What is the Matrix? His Little Shop of Horrors will now be remade with a strong female lead. The plant will have to be a female. And the dentist will have to be a female. The Rick Moranis can stay himself. Rock Solid says suddenly Frankie is standing beside you. I'm not reading that. Mr. Miles says first, Cree. Mr. Miles, you better be editing a Borg video. We want to see it. Joseph says 26 years and 4 days. We are watching old stuff. The movie's got to be older than 26 years old. Darth Revan's Bird of Prey. Frank took Freddy up the aisle, and then Freddy filed a hole with a pole. The Audrey 2, actually. Yes, the Audrey 2. Thank you, Rock Solid. And Uncle Remus also Audrey. Audrey 2. That was the name. Suddenly Seymour. The name of the song. I don't know. Trek 95 says, Mr. Miles, you are so awesome. Oh, hey, don't get Mr. Miles. Anti-Tracker said, do not let it get to Mr. Miles' head how awesome he is. Else Anti-Tracker's not going to be able to afford him anymore. So he asked that we all please don't give Mr. Miles more than a single comment in any given stream. And Mr. Miles sent me a photo that he is indeed a screenshot. He does appear to be working on the Borg video. So it's time to get back to work, Mr. Miles. Joseph is talking about Deep Space Nine. Cinnabon says the plant will transition to a mushroom. Rockstad says Little Shop of Horrors came out in 1986. The same year, if I remember, that Frank came out. No. Oh, 23 years for the Deep Space Nine episode. Or 26 years. Yes, 1993. I gotcha. Trek 95 says Frank and Freddy forever. Mr. Miles, it's gone to his head. He's saying he's amazing now. Darth Evans says Bird of Prey. You should put out a Mandalorian review while the iron's hot. No, Mandalorian, Star Wars. It's not my bag, baby. No. Everybody's putting out Mandalorian reviews, and to be honest, I have nothing to add. I have nothing to bring to it. I watched Anti-Tracker talk about it. I watched Gary talk about it. The original Star Wars movies, sure, I enjoyed them. Even the prequels, I didn't hate them. They were decent movies. I probably liked Episode 1 more than 90% of people. But I have no desire to watch a new series. It will do nothing for me. There'd be no passion there. I'm not going to do it just for possible clicks. Plus, if anything showed us anything, Anti-Trekker's triple timeline theory, there's still a market out there for good Star Trek videos, even though there's no Star Trek going on right now. And to Thursday, we actually get a short track drop. So I'm going to try to get an actual video out this week. Though it's going to be really hard with today being so busy, tomorrow being so busy, and then Thursday we have a short track that I'm going to review. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Mr. Miles says he's special. I make videos go. You sure do, Mr. Miles. Algorithm says there was a movie of Little Shop of Horrors with Jack Nicholson from the 60s. I did not know about that. Trek 95 is only because Lore Reloaded wants someone like Mr. Miles. Yeah, Lore Reloaded. He'd probably be willing to pay you more, Mr. Miles. Richie Poole says, Mr. Miles, you suck. Does that work, Bird? Yeah. Occasionally knock him down a peg. Trek 95 says he even said that in a stream. Darth Revan says, Mr. Miles, you're special in an Olympics kind of way, and went on a short bus. Lol. Darth Revan says, Mr. Miles, you have to wear water wings eating soup. Hey, that's a fashion statement. That's not a necessity. Rock Solid says, by the way, did you hear people saying we look alike in Anti-Trekker stream today, Bird of Prey? I was insulted. You were insulted. They said you looked like a younger version of me. Like 30 years younger than me. I was insulted. I did hear it. Mr. Miles says, I demand tribe from the peons. You demand tribute. You demand tribute from the peons. Oh, you'll get it. You'll get it eventually, Mr. Miles. Joseph says Mandalorian. I liked it. Oh, that sounds like a glowing endorsement to me. Track 95 says tribute. Yes. Mama Prey is saying that Mr. Miles should demand. First she said half, then she raised it to all of Anti-Trekker's ad revenue. I assume. Oh, half of all Anti-Trekker revenue, including his job. Okay. Rock Solid says, I'll buy you some little sleecers, Mr. Miles. Mr. Miles says, what? Sleeesers. Sleecers. Mr. Miles says, gold statues. Oh, you think there's gold statues in your future? Darth Evans says, Joseph, I can come over to your place and watch and bring beagle bites. Rock Solid says there's even a market for bad Star Trek videos, hence why Anti-Trekker and Bird of Prey have audiences. Ha ha ha. Joseph says I wanted to sub to D+, but they don't want my money, so I hardy R. Yar har har. Yes, if you're in Europe, they won't take your money for another few months. So if you want to watch The Mandalorian, you've got to yar har, know someone or ride the seas and the days of yore. Good luck. Good luck. I don't even care. I could do that. I just don't even care enough to do it. Not Ryan Johnson is lolling at Rock Solid. Joseph says, Darth Revan, my beagle is not food, but you are welcome to drop by. Ungaremus says, so how long before Netflix disappears? Ungaremus, I'm not sure Netflix is disappearing. I don't know Netflix is going to lose. I know everybody thinks Netflix is going to lose the streaming wars. I have no plans of leaving Netflix. I'll be honest. Their current situation it doesn't seem to be improving, but they have so much goodwill from me from so many years of bringing and saving so many different franchises. It's going to take a lot more than Disney Plus to make me move away. If Disney was a great company that I loved, and I'd say, yeah, okay, I'd move to Disney. But Disney is one of the worst companies in the world to have to deal with as a consumer of, right? Disney don't give a shit about any of us. I'm not ready to jump ship and go to Disney. I'm happy with Netflix. I'm happy with Hulu. Unless there was like a way to get Disney for an extra $1 on top of what I pay Hulu already, I can't imagine getting Disney at this point. One day, maybe, but not right now. Especially with them editing movies, removing movies from their collection, and editing movies they're keeping, removing scenes out of movies that were there since, in some places, 10, 20, 50 years. And they remove the scenes because they're censoring it for 2019 audiences. F that. If they want to remove scenes, offer when you hit play on a movie to watch the original edition or the updated 2019 SJW edition. Give people that choice and see how many people actually choose to watch the SJW edition. Because it's going to be none. Nobody's going to choose to watch the SJW editions. That's why they can't give us a choice. Ms. Lundell says the triple timeline theory has to be the silliest explanation to make Trainwreck work with a classic canon. I thought it was a bit, I wouldn't say silly. I thought it was a bit complicated. Rock Solid says, and I'm like 4 to 5 years older than you. I know. And still they said you were the young looking one. Darth Revan says, Joseph, well, I'm bringing pizza and Irish candy. Miss Londell says, tribute from peons, get a job. Miss Miles is laughing, including his job. Yes. I'm all in, says Miss Miles. Joseph says, Darth Revan, if candy is a code word for whiskey, I will provide the pizza. Rock Solid says little sleazers instead of little Caesars since they are sleazy. I never had Little Caesars pizza, rock solid, but I'll take your word. Trek 95, Frankie and Freddy sitting in a tree eating beagle bites. Rock solid says again, if you have Verizon Unlimited, you can get Disney Plus for free. I do not have Disney Unlimited. I do not have Verizon Unlimited. In fact, I don't have Verizon anymore. I used to. Verizon is by far the best wireless company in the United States. However, they are also the most expensive wireless company in the United States. So I use Virgin Mobile these days, which is a fairly inexpensive company, and they use the Sprint network. The quality leaves a bit to be desired, but a fraction of the cost of Verizon. Now, Verizon's not bad. If you have 4 people who all want phones and you can do it all from one account, Verizon might not be terrible. But for just a single account, what the hell was that? I don't know what that noise was. Yeah, you can go behind me. I'll shut the camera. Well, we've got a storm going here, guys, so it's a bit windy. I don't see anything. Oh, garbage can fell over? Okay. No biggie. No biggie. Okay, we'll go back to the camera. What was I talking about? I think I was done. I made my say. We're gonna start to get ready, guys. So I have physical therapy an hour earlier today than usual, so I need to get ready to get started. So it is season 2, episode 7, rules of acquisition. So get that up and ready. I'm going to read the at Bird Will Pray 5 comments, and then we're going to start the stream. Mr. Miles says, Bird of Prey and Lore said that he was jealous of Anti-Trekker's editor and that he wished he was as good, which was a massive compliment to me, but he didn't imply he wanted me to work for him. No, I'm pretty sure I heard him say he wished he had somebody like you, Mr. Miles. And if that's not him saying he wished you would work for him, I don't know what is. Wishing he had someone like you, I think that's just his way of saying he doesn't want to steal you away from Anti-Trekker. But if you offered, I bet he would take you up on it in a minute. Richie Poole's also sticking with Netflix, although Rock Solid says Netflix has continued to rape customers, jack up prices, limited access. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, but Frankie did make sure Freddy was well. Ozzy and F says, Bird of Prey, how's the king of Karoga? I've got beautiful, clean teeth now, Ozzy. I had my first dental cleaning in 10 years, ever since I got stuck in the hospital bed. And man, there was a lot of blood at the beginning, but the pain is subsiding now, as is the taste of blood in my mouth. And when I look at my teeth in the mirror, they are indeed quite clean. Breaking news, Bird uses Virgin. Oh, that's what I was talking about, Virgin Mobile. Virgin Mobile, not as reliable as Verizon, but much cheaper. Live with Matthews and Qapla, Bird of Prey. Have I missed anything? This is just the pre-talk. We're about to get started with the video, with the episode. I have it loaded up. If you go to my Discord, of course, you can follow the link to watch the video as I watch the video. It's there. The link is up. The link is up. Ms. Miles says the triple timeline theory isn't that complex at its core. It's just first contact going back in time creates the Enterprise, and Discovery are in the Kelvin timeline, is spawned from timeline first contact created by going back in time. Well, then is it 2 timelines? Darth Revens' Bird of Prey. You should do your own video on canonical issues with every series. I don't know if I'm going to get into it with all the series. I'll tell you, the 2 videos I'm working on, I stopped work on one, and I think I'm going to start up on a different one, and then I'll go back to the one, is instead of doing the 5 worst TOS episodes, which I just can't do, I'm doing the 5 worst command decisions Captain Kirk ever made. But before that video comes out, which is, I've got the script halfway done, I'd say, I think I'm going to come out with a video of how to save Star Trek Discovery. And I've talked about how I would end it, but I just want to formalize it, put it in a nice edited video, and release it as a standalone video of how I would save Star Trek Discovery if it was my choice. And I would freely give it to CBS, that if they want to take that and run with it, I will legally allow them to. Trek 95 says Lore did say he wished he had someone like you, Mr. Miles. Indeed. Roxanne's Bird of Prey. Lore wants Mr. Miles. He wants him like Freddy wanted Frankie. Mr. Miles' Bird of Prey, I think you misheard him. He said he wished he was as good as an editor. He did not say he wished that he had an editor as good. I don't know. I thought I heard him say it, but it's possible. Trek 95 is a Bird of Prey. How about a special movie sometime when Frankie met Freddy? Joseph says Netflix is queued up. Let's go, Bird of Prey. Okay, we're going to start. Mr. Miles' Bird of Prey. No, it's a 3 timeline. Prime timeline. First Contact creates a new timeline. Enterprise and STD. There is no way Enterprise and STD can be in the same timeline. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. I know Anti-Trekker wants to think it works, but it doesn't work. Epic Beard, Alt Escape Time. Epic Beard, welcome, Epic Beard. I still owe you a song, Epic Beard. I did not forget. I just haven't seen you in a bed life stream. Maybe tomorrow if you're around. Mr. Miles says Bird of Prey, and the events happen that lead to the Calvin timeline happened in the future of the STD Enterprise timeline. I get it, but it's much easier for me to just write off STD as terrible writing. And we don't have to worry about them in any timeline because they honestly don't deserve to be put into a timeline. My opinion. Epic Beard says he's been busy. No worries. No problem, Epic. Just want to let you know. I did not forget. And yeah, Enterprise barely fits into the TOS timeline. I understand, and I'm okay with Anti-Trekker's theory on perhaps why Enterprise is so much different than we thought it would, than what TOS and TNG said the past was like. So I'm okay with that, but you cannot use that same reasoning to bring Star Trek Discovery into it. It just doesn't follow. John Araki with a 99-cent super chat. And he gets like the least kissing Dax of all pictures, animations. But thank you nevertheless, John Araki. Okay, so here we go, guys. We are going to... Oh, John Araki wasn't a super chat. It was a super sticker. My bad. I forgot. It was the poop emoji. Anti-Trekker's avatar. Why does a family-friendly site have a poop emoji? I don't know. Everybody poops. That's why. That's why they have to do it. It's crazy. Okay, so... Again, if you're going to watch along with me, go... let me shut off the audio so you can hear my computer audio. if you're going to watch with me, go to birdofprey5.com, click on the Discord link, and on Off Topic Main will be a link to follow and watch along with me as I watch. Otherwise, you can watch in the bottom right corner. And we are going to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And it starts off with Morn sleeping on the promenade. And Odo pushes him, wakes him up, tells him to get moving. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. This is why YouTube has a poo emoji. So we see Quark and Ram or some other Ferengi are playing Dabo. Not Dabo, something else. Red alert, red alert. Thank you so much, Josh Street, with a 99-cent stupor sticker. It's a happy face with dollar signs in its eyes. So the Ferengi are all playing Evade. And there's Dax. Dax is playing with them. Big surprise. A full consortium? No. So. Dax confronts. And she wins. Tongo. It's Tongo. Curzon used to play Tongo. So Ram says, oh, okay, it's Curzon beating them, not a female. Ram prefers a female Ferengi who never wears clothes, never talks back, and never plays Tongo. Quark's hitting on Dax this entire time. So we have those an even smaller young Ferengi trying to sell Quark on something that'll double his beverage profits. And we have, even though it's not snowing, we have snow plows going down the street. So it's snow plows, Sassy. They're probably salting the streets. It's going to get icy. So this little Ferengi is giving out stuff that makes everybody buy drinks because of their saliva glands. Uh, 59th rule of the acquisition: free advice is seldom free. Is seldom cheap. This new Ferengi knows all 285 rules and various commentary. And Quark says when it comes to business, his brother has the weak lobes of a female. And the 33rd rule is it never hurts to suck up to the boss. Quark asked why did he come here, and he said he wanted to learn from the best. So the Grand Nagus buzzed in. He has his own ringtone. Ferengi expansion of the Gamma Quadrant is about to begin. He wants Quark to be the chief negotiator. An opportunity for more profit than ever dreamed. And that's how you get Quark's attention. And now we got the opening credits. This was one of very, very few episodes. I think this is only the second or perhaps third episode. I think second episode that did not open on an external shot of the station. Almost every single episode in the first and second season so far opened with an external shot of the station. This one opened on the Tango game. Does it matter? No, just a point of trivia. Joseph says my wife would drive the Ferengi crazy. Yeah, and I always thought, how did Rom even get divorced if women can't talk back? How could she leave him? John Street says, Wesley, you missed Bird's plans for Frank and Freddy. No, there's no plan. There's no Frank and Freddy. Wesley says, what is a snow cloud? It's a big fluffy thing in the sky that rains snow, Wes. Cloud, he said. I said plow earlier. But whatever. He doesn't know what a snow plow or a snow cloud is there in sunny California. Wesley says, Josh Street, Bermid and Laura getting married. Aw, how cute. I want to attend. Miss Lundell says the very first Ferengi female introduced in DS9. Yes. Now you spoiled it for everybody, Miss Lundell. I'm kidding. We all know that's the first female. Trek 95 says Rom changed a lot over time. Yeah, he did. Rom at the beginning is a completely different character. Whereas Nog grows, Rom just changes. So it appears the Grand Nagus has made it to the station. So the Ferengi are sniffing a drug or something. He's about to, yeah, he just sneezed. So, I don't know why Sisko and Kirk even have him here. Oh, Sisko wanted to see the Nagus. So, the Nagus says that they're meeting a race in the Gamma Quadrant, and Kira says that the Ferengi it speaks for itself. So Kira is saying that Ferengi cheat people. Their reputation is well known as cheaters and liars. And Kira is saying that if they allow them to hold the negotiations here, and they find out that they're cheating them, it'll be the last time. And so Nagus is asking if Bajor could use 50,000 kilos of Brizene nitrate, it's a fertilizer. And Kira says, of course we could. Sure we could. They could fertilize the entire peninsula. And Nagus is going to give it to Kira. He's bribing her, but she's okay with it. And Sisko still wants assurances that the negotiations are going to be honest, and he have his word. So now the Nagus is saying 25% of the usual price. And now he's changing his whole opinion. And Cisco's like, you just said you were giving it to them. He's like, oh, okay, we'll give it to them at cost. And Cisco's like, how about you give it to them as a gift? And then Negus just realized that Cisco's negotiating skills aren't bad for a human. And the Negus obviously tells Kira that they're going to be delivered promptly. Oh my god, he's got an ear brush. An ear hair brush. So he's saying this could be the most profitable opportunity in Ferengi history. And Quark is, I don't know, what's he doing? He's rubbing his feet or something? It's all about tula berries. It's all about tula berries, the main ingredient in tula berry wine. So the Negus wants 10,000 vats of tula berries. Quark doesn't understand how it's going to be the most profitable opportunity. So, according to the Negus, the tula berries will establish a Ferengi presence in the Gamma Quadrant. Once they get their foot in the door, they'll never get it out. Rom doesn't even know what they taste like. Quark thinks he's going to make history again. So the young Ferengi waiter is now reminding Quark that the bigger the smile, the sharper the knife. Now he's asking, why is the Negus putting him in charge? Quark says that's because I have the lobes for business, and the waiter says that's only part of it. Says if it's profitable, the Negus gets all the credit. But if it fails, Quark gets to take all the blame. And Rom is trying to say that they're all lies, but now Quark is realizing that's all true. So Quark is realizing he could use some help during the negotiation. They're debating the percentages. They settled on 20%. So Rom asks what he could do to help, and Quark gives him a tray and says table 6 is waiting. And this young, eager Ferengi, who is definitely a male, looks so happy, so impressed with himself. And now he returns to his quarters as he's looking in the mirror. And he takes out the secret box under his bed. And what is this? A tool in the box. And no, his lobes are coming off. He doesn't have big, manly Ferengi lobes. He has little, womanly Ferengi lobes. Tiny lobes. Not the lobes of a man. Not the lobes of someone who knows business. The lowly lobes. Lobes of a woman. A person who shouldn't even be wearing clothes. And oh shit, he takes off his shirt and he's got a chest. The chest was under there the whole time and nobody noticed. So Cisco and Kira are on deck to meet this new race from the Gamma Quadrant. And Quark and the Negus had a little Me Too moment on Kira. So first thing that happens is a guy comes flying out of the airlock, and the alien says, "Don't worry, it was just a minor disagreement." So these guys look pissed. They've got red makeup on. I don't think we're supposed to think that their skin is red. I hope we're supposed to know that that's just red makeup. So Quark is saying that they want 10,000 vats of Tulaberry wine, and they would give, the Ferengi would give the Dorsai some good stuff, and the Dorsai said 5,000 vats, without even knowing what the actual price is. So Quark says that's not enough, and the Dorsai says, "We're offering 5,000, take it." So this woman that's next to him is saying that this is a waste of time. We should be talking directly to the Grand Nagus. So the woman is saying, "Are we not important enough to talk with us directly?" And the guy says, "Well, if we kill you, then Zek will have to talk to us." And then the little guy stood up and said, "If you want to do business with Ferengi, you have to talk to us." So Quark again says 10,000 vats, and the Dorsai says they'll think about it. Yosef says, "Your narration is epic, Bird of Prey. Every blind person can actually see the scenes." You know, I know my narration is over the top. I apologize. I don't need to be narrating everything you guys are watching. So the Negus' slave guy just dropped off a latinum, now even though latinum's liquid, a latinum earring to Kira. And Kira's like, "What is this? Did you really think this is going to get him anywhere?" And Dax is actually kind of impressed. And now Dax just said, looking back over the centuries, she can't think of another race she's enjoyed more than the Ferengi, which is crazy. Kurzon would have enjoyed the Klingons much more. Life with Matthew says, "Don't apologize, Bird of Prey. I tuned in exactly for this." And Joseph says, "Bird of Prey, don't stop." Okay. If you guys like it, I will keep doing it. The station is spinning. Okay, they're playing Tango again. And Dax wins. But the Negus is playing. So the Negus says, "Did I say acquire? I meant evade." Quark is saying, "Let's just play the round over." Ram says it sounds fair. And the Negus said, "Who asked you?" The Negus is asking, "Why is Quark, is it done yet?" And the Negus is like, "I've been thinking too. 10,000's not enough. We need 100,000. And Negus says there'll be more profit for them and for us. But Quark is like, I don't think they're gonna go for the 100,000. So the little Ferengi is saying, "I think it's a great idea. It'll show the Dorsai we mean business. No wonder Quark is always saying you're a genius. You're so smart." So the little one passes on the round. And the Nega says that loyalty must be expensive. And Dax says you can't buy that kind of loyalty. Nega says you can where I come from. Josh reads his Bird of Prey, but it's great to have Bird reenact DS9. Don't stop believing, says Hector. So the little guy and Quark are talking. The little guy's reassuring Quark he'll do great. Quark brings a fresh drink. Meanwhile, Dax is watching Quark and the little guy, and you can tell now she knows something is up. And here we come. Dax comes to talk to the Ferengi, who's eating lunch alone. She's talking about Quark's, about his loyalty to Quark. And Dax is saying, you're not like any other Ferengi I ever met. And the little guy says Quark really likes Dax. Talks about her all the time. And Dax is saying Quark once convinced her to go up. Convinced her to go up to a holosuite with him. And he had recreated the bedroom she slept in as a child. That's not creepy at all. That's what you do in the future if you love somebody. Anyway, so Dax says, you really do love Quark, don't you? And the little guy said, please lower your voice. He doesn't even know I'm a woman. And Dax didn't know she was a woman. And Dax just must have thought he was a gay Ferengi. But so now Dax like, I never met a Ferengi woman before. And she's saying, I'm as smart as any man. Why did she come to Deep Space Nine? Asked Dax. She says to acquire profit, of course. But she wasn't planning on falling in love with Quark. So she's asking Dax, what should she do? And Dax says she doesn't know, but there is more to life than profit. And now Dax is smiling because he knows that something's going to go down. So yeah, that was the first time in Star Trek that I know that we had Dax who just assumed somebody was homosexual, but turned out to be cross-dressing. It's not technically trans. So the Nagus is now trying to get Kira to sit on his knee, like Santa Claus. So Kira's returning the earring. She just can't accept it. The Nagus says, well, I suppose a night of wild, passionate romance is out of the question. And he says, well, I thought I'd ask. And Kira turns to walk away, and the Nagus pats her on the ass. Does she yell, me too, and have him arrested by Odo? No. She just says, Dax has got to be crazy. And she keeps walking. She will get over it, right? She's seen Cardassians murder millions of her people. She will get over it. It's not going to bother her come tomorrow. It probably won't bother her come an hour from now. Am I saying guys should pat women on the ass? No. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. But I'm saying if the one did, it's clearly not the end of the world. At least not in Deep Space Nine. So the little Ferengi is saying that they've got to go into the Gamma Quadrant They gotta borrow his ship to go get those tula berries. So they got it. They negotiated the use of the Negus' ship. I hate Ferengi looking ships. Wesley says bird of prey, you do bird 2? Epic doesn't know what Bird is saying. So the little one is saying that the Negus knows more than he's letting on. And Quark says the only thing he's done right is pick the little guy as his consultant. And the little guy looks at Quark and says, I'm glad you feel that way. The little guy is saying, Quark, there's something you should know. Quark says, you don't, I know it. It's no secret. You agreed to 20% share of the profits. And that's what you're going to get. And the little guy says, I see. And Quark says, never put profit above friendship above profit. And the little one says, 24th rule of acquisition. Because the best time to tell somebody you're in love with them and you're a female is when you're in a cramped shuttlecraft and can't possibly leave for hours or days. I don't know the name, Hector. I'm sorry. So Rom is pissed that this guy's stealing his brother. And Rom is saying if Odo let somebody steal his brother, Odo says he doesn't have a brother. He says, but I suppose if I had a brother, even somebody as worthless as Quark, no, he wouldn't let him steal. He'd do anything. And now Rom is hatching a plan. A devious, evil Rom plan, as opposed to a virtuous Rom plan in a couple seasons. So Rom is ransacking the quarters of this Ferengi, trying to find some type of secret. Of course, did he look under the bed? The first place you'd look. Even in 2019, even in 1982, even in 1975, the first place you look for something is under the bed. Sure enough, he looks under the bed, and there it is. The most secret box, the best hiding place you could possibly have. Is it hidden in a transporter buffer? No, it's just in a box under the bed. And what does he find? Lobes! But why would they need lobes? Oh my God, they're a woman! It all makes sense now. And Rom is happy. He's got the upper hand. Josh reads his bird of prey. That might be the wrong time to tell someone you love them. And a woman, and they could crash the ship just like Bird of Prey 5 does all the time. So it looks like they're on the planet of these crazy people, the Dorians or the Dorsi. So these guys are kind of like the Ferengi of the Gamma Quadrant. This is where opportunities are made, she says. Everybody's very serious when it comes to profit. And you just saw a guy get killed over it. And the little guy says, look who finally showed up. It's the dude they were talking with. Quark says it's about time. Quark's heading over there to get serious about profit. Taps him on the shoulder. Gets all up in his face. Says, aren't you on the wrong side of the wormhole? Quark says, all I need is your thumb scan on this contract and you can go home. He's saying, you had our chance. And Quark, he hits him on the shoulder again. He's like, you had your chance. He says, go away. Quark says, not till we finish our discussion. And now the guy's saying he started to get annoyed. And Quark picks up some type of barrel and throws it down. And he says, sorry. And now the guy is saying he should have killed Quark back on the station. But Quark says, but you didn't because you recognize a good opportunity. So just put your thumb scan here. And he says, okay, you can have the 10,000 bats. Quark says 100,000. He says, that's impossible. Quark says, I'm not leaving without 100,000. And the guy says, fine, stay. So I guess they gave him quarters for the night, a single bed, a single round bed. So Quark said, don't worry, I don't snore. And the other one is saying it's a lumpy mattress. Quark says, don't worry, it's not lumpy. And now Quark is getting undressed. And the little one can't go through with this. They want to talk about rules of acquisition or something. Quark is exhausted, though. He doesn't care. The other one just keeps saying, wait. First a toast. A toast to profit, of course. Man, this thing looks like a kid compared to Quark. Like a 6-year-old. Quark is asking if it's warm in there. And saying, the look on his face when you knocked over the barrel. The faces are getting uncomfortably close together. So Quark says, you really know your rules. And the little one says, you have a very nice smile. And now jumps on top of Quark after kissing him. And then the lady comes in and says, I'm not interrupting anything, am I? And she says, are you sure? And Quark's like, no, come back. She says, well, you seem to be busy. He said, that's ridiculous. We can't wait to hear what you have to say. So Quark is very awkward right now. So she's giving advice saying, Inglotto will never sell 100,000 because he can't. She says there aren't 100,000 bats on the entire planet. So, if you really want 100,000 bats, she can put you in touch with the right people for a price. And Quark always said, of course, you were always my favorite Dosai. They have to find the Karama. They're an important power in the Dominion. Will we ever see them? So Quark is like, who's the Dominion? And this is the first time we've heard of the Dominion. And she said, well, let's just say if you want to do business in the Gamma Quadrant, you've got to do business with the Dominion. So now Quark is realizing that the Nagus just wanted to use the door side to get to the Dominion. The little one is saying, we have to talk, Quark. Yeah, I kissed you. We got to talk about the kiss. Quark is saying, you didn't kiss me. She's saying, yes, I did. And they're trying to find out what the Dominion is. And the little one says maybe it's a trading consortium, an alliance. And Quark is like, we got to figure it out. So Quark came back and said, you and I both know this trip wasn't about Tula berries. And tells Quark, does the word Dominion mean anything to him? Rom keeps trying to interfere and say, so now the Nagus said, what did you find out about the Dominion? He's only heard little hints. He wants to know the secrets of the Dominion. The secret of the Dominion will give him the secret of the Gamma Quadrant. So Nagus is, Quark is asking Nagus, how much would getting to the Dominion be worth it? So Nagus says, if Quark can arrange a meeting between the Nagus and the Dominion, the Nagus will make sure Quark gets a percentage of every Ferengi opportunity in the Gamma Quadrant, which is an amazing opportunity. So he tells the Nagus about the Karaman, that they're the link to the Dominion. And now the Nagus is saying Karaman, and he's so happy that he tells the Quark that he always knew he had the lobes for business. And now Rom is telling Quark that so-and-so is a female. And Quark faints. Quark doesn't believe it. But hey, at least it was a woman kissing you, Quark. It's not all bad. Josh reads his bird of prey. Don't they look like the clown from hell from Voyager? They do. They do. I hated that episode of Voyager. So Quark wakes up in Bashir's office, asks Bashir for privacy, and Quark makes sure Rom didn't tell anyone. He hasn't told anyone. He says he wants Quark to tell Zek himself. And Quark is like, nobody's going to tell Zek anything. Rom doesn't understand why. Rom is saying, such a female must be severely punished. She wears clothes. She read the sacred rules of acquisition. And then Quark is saying, no. And Rom is asking if he has feelings for her. And Quark is saying, no, but if Zek realizes I was deceived by a female, he'll never trust him again. Rom is saying, you have to tell him or I will. Rom is saying, let me go. I have to save you from yourself. And Quark is saying, the bar, you still want it, don't you? And Quark says, once I have the Gamma Quadrant, I'll transfer ownership of the bar to you. As long as you never tell the truth about Mel. Mel to anyone. There you go, actor. It's Mel. Mel's her name. So she greets Quark as a woman. Quark says, where are your lobes? Put them on before somebody sees you. Quark is very uncomfortable seeing her as a woman. He says, put them on and wrap herself up. Quark asks if she's finished packing. She says, where am I? I'm not going. Where am I going? Somewhere? And he says, as far away from the station as possible. Quark says, what did you expect? You're wearing clothes. She says, is that a crime? He says, actually it is. On Ferenginar. Quark is giving her 10 bars of platinum to get started in a new life. If you're going to pretend you're a man, act like a man. Take it. And she's like, this isn't about profit anymore. This is about love. I love you, Quark. And I know you care about me too. And she says, what? Quark says, what does it matter? You would never be happy being a Ferengi wife. And she says, then come with me to the Gamma Quadrant. Nobody cares if I wear clothes or not. And Quark says he would care. And she says, then I better start packing. Quark says, I guess so. Sci-Fi Nations is greetings, Birdo Prey, Mamo Prey, Sassy, and fellow nerds. I didn't get notification today. Stupid poo-tube shenanigans. I'm sorry about that, Sci-Fi Nation, but I'm glad you made it. Roxas is Birdo Prey. You act like you want to act like a man, then be a man. That's what Frank said. So they're all eating dinner with the Nagus. Rom is going to town on whatever the food is. So the girl / looks like a guy came in. Quark thought she left the station. So she says, I couldn't leave without saying goodbye to the Nagus. So Quark is, the Nagus is saying, I'm glad you stopped by. I see you got the lobes for business. And she's like, you like my lobes? And she says, you can take them. And she pulls off her lobes and hands it to the Nagus. And Nagus is like, no, it's a female. It's a female. So Nagus says, what's going on here? He's blaming Quark. And Mel is saying, leave him out of this. She's like, this is about my future. Nagus says, you have no future. I'll make sure you spend the rest of your life in prison. Quark steps in and says no. And the Nagus says, taking business advice from a female is also illegal. And Quark says, I didn't know she was a female. And the Nagus says, stupidity is no excuse. And then Quark says, what are your business associates going to think when you were taking advice from a female? And the Nagus says, I didn't know she was a female. And Quark says, stupidity is no excuse. So the Nagus is going to take away Quark's Gamma Quadrant profits. But otherwise, he will not have her arrested. She just cost him the life of luxury. And tells Quark that Quark tells her he hopes she's satisfied. She comes and sits next to Quark. At least give him an ear rub. You just cost him millions of bars of platinum. So Quark says, do a favor and don't tell anybody else. She says she should go. She booked transport on an Andorian. Transport on an Andorian transport? That doesn't sound right. She tells Quark that he could come with her, and he's like, no, I can't. And they share, one last goodbye kiss. We get to see Ferengi's kiss, because is that not what we wanted to see? Second only to Klingon boobs was kissing Ferengi's. And Quark is smiling. We're supposed to believe Quark really had feelings for this person that he barely knew. So Quark is asking Dax if she's ready to play Tango. And Dax is saying, haven't you left enough for a day? And Quark says, I don't know what you're talking about. And Jadzia saying, I mean, hell. Quark is like, would you really think I'd let anyone come between us? And Jadzia says, nice try, Quark. She knows better. Although I really think that if Jadzia said you're right and like took Quark and said, let's go to the holosuite, I really don't think Quark would be all that upset. And that's the episode, guys. There we go. Another episode under the belt. We learned more about the Ferengi, more about Ferengi, what life is like on Ferenginar for Ferengi women. It was a good episode. I liked this episode when I first saw it. Pretending to be a man. Let's face it, that happens. That happens a lot. It happens in history. We've had generals that have turned out to be women. We've had all types of people we thought were guys. When women weren't allowed to do these things, women would dress up as guys and they would do the job until they got found out at some point, or they would, or they'd come clean at some point. It's not an issue we have today, but it's an issue that existed, and it still exists for the Ferengi. Actor says, so the moral of history is if you're determined to take advantage of the male privilege, better convert to lesbianism first, as a minimum. The moral of this episode is that don't fall in love. If you're looking for profit, don't fall in love. She would have been good. She could have been making a ton of money if she just didn't fall in love. Once she fell in love with Quark, it was all over. It was all over. It cost him his fortune. It cost her a fortune. It cost the Ferengi a fortune. Maybe it even changed the entire history of the quadrant. If the Ferengi were making good money with the Dominion, maybe there never would have been a war. But this woman fell in love with Quark, and it all came tumbling down. Josh says, we know Bird wasn't a Klingon, but to find out he's a Ferengi. I'm not a Ferengi female. Rockstar says, we have been trying to be women too, like Frankie. That is true. We have been trying to be women as well. I didn't mean that it was only one direction. We just don't hear about that as often. John DeMarco says, as the rules say, females and finances don't mix. Track 95 says, Frank, no. And Yosef says he listens to 2 females, 3 cats, and 2 dogs. I hear you, Yosef. And Yosef says, did anyone here actually get the notification? Epic got one, and John DeMarco got one, Rock Solid did not. So notifications, I don't know if I can't imagine it's related, but Alexa was behaving all weird this morning as well, like really slow on answering questions, and the dentist kept asking her to play songs, and they would either not play or it would take forever to start them playing. Even not finding things that we know were there. Josh Street got a notification, and Hector got one an hour late. Anyway, guys, I got to get going. Thank you so much for hanging out. I know I owe you guys a dear bop. I'm going to do my best to get that out when I can. It's a busy, busy day here, but I will get it out as soon as possible. Qapla, take care, and I will see you tomorrow around 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern for a very special live stream on my B-Day. Take care. And I gotta put the audio on. Comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdOPrey5.com, the new home of everything BirdOPrey5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BertoPray5 or on BertoPray5.com. Take care.